Hey there, let's get going on this Jamboard for drawing our sloped triangles. So before you do anything else, okay, pause this right now, open your Jamboard. Okay, open it up so that you have your screen open to the same frame as mine. It's at the top. It says 1 of 11. There are 10 things that we're going to have to do here. So go ahead and pause this and then open up yours and get ready to go. Then come back here, hit play, and we'll finish this off. Alright, now that you're open, we're going to go through each of these 3 steps. The first step is to draw a right triangle from one point to the other with the draw tool. So let's break this down a little bit. Right triangles we've been seeing a lot of, and they've been on lines like this, diagonal lines, and then we draw these triangles that go from one point to another. Now we also talked specifically about how to read a line. You read from left to right. So we're going to draw this right triangle from one point to another, and we're going to go ahead just for consistency. We're going to draw it from the one on the left, and we're going to draw a triangle that ends up with the one on the right, and we're going to use one of the draw tools. Now there's a pen and a marker and a highlighter and a brush. My preference is a highlighter. It's a little thicker, it's a little easier for me to draw. So here we go. I'm going to draw a line here. Okay, and then I'm going to draw from this point, I'm going to draw a line straight down. Okay, and you can see I have a triangle. There's my third side. And you can see right here I've made a right angle by making sure that my turn of the triangle, this vertex, is at one of these marks where the lines vertical and horizontal meet. You don't have to put the little corner piece in. So now I've drawn my triangle. The second step is we're going to label vertical and horizontal lengths. So if I look at this, I'm going over 1, 2, that's 2 units. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So I'm going to label those 2 with 2 different colored sticky notes. Okay? Remembering that positive goes up or right, and negatives go down or left. So I'm going to take a sticky note here. I'm going to make it a 2. And then I'm going to do another sticky note, and I'm going to make it a 5. And that will make sure then that I have my pieces in the right place. They're color coded because they're 2 separate lengths. We want to color code these. Okay, and I'm going to shrink them up a little bit so they fit a little better. So there's my 2 Post-its. Okay, they're positive because to get from this point to this point, I had to go to the right and I had to go up. Okay. So there's my 2 sticky notes, and I'm going to copy each and make a slope, because slope is defined as this ratio, right? So I'm going to duplicate my y value, my change in y, which is 5, and I'm going to write that as a ratio of y change to x change, 5 to 2. So there's my slope. I've just finished step 3, so now I've got slope for frame 1. So pause this right now, go to your Jamboard, okay, and get yours finished right now. Let's get all of frame 1 finished, and then you can come back here. We'll look at the next 2 examples together. All right, let's finish off these last 2 examples. Okay, so here we go. Same 3 steps. I'm going to draw a right triangle. I'm going to label the vertical and horizontal lengths with sticky notes. And then I'm going to put those horizontal and vertical lengths together, vertical and then horizontal together into a ratio that makes a slope. So I'm going to start with my tool here. I'm going to stay with that highlighter, and I'm going to go from the left side, and I'm going to work from left to right. Okay, so I'm going to call this 1, 2, that's a length of 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a length of 5. Okay, so here we go. Let's make our sticky notes. Now this first length here we said was 3, but it's going down. So I'm going to label it as -3. Okay, and then the next one, I'll use orange for this one. That one was 5, and it's going to the right, so it is 5. Okay, now I'm going to put those together here. There's my length of 5. And there's my length of -3. So I've gone down 3. I've gone to the right 5. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those same ratios and I'm going to create a slope. -3 over 5. There's my slope. And just because I'm going to get a little fancy here, make these a little bit bigger so they can fit right in that box. Not necessary, but I kind of like it that way. So notice the color coding. The top number is my vertical. The bottom number is my horizontal. It's always the same in terms of your setup. Now, pause this. Go finish yours. Frame 2, draw your triangle, label with sticky notes, create your slope. Okay, we're going to finish this last example and then you're going to work the rest of these on your own. Okay, so draw a right triangle from one point to the other, label the lengths, and we're going to make a slope. So we may already know this because this is a special case, right? So here we go. I'm going to draw a triangle. I'm going to use the same highlighter. And let's see, I've got a distance here, right? And then I don't have much going vertical. I've got a horizontal length, but I don't really have a vertical length. But that doesn't mean I can't go ahead and label these. So I'm going to say my vertical length, or let's do the horizontal length. Okay, that's 2, okay, to the right. And then I'm going to say that my vertical length is 0. Okay, because I'm not moving up at all. That is not moving at all. So this idea of drawing a triangle with something that has a slope like this doesn't quite work. But if you think about how far are we moving vertically, we're not. It's moving 0 units, right? So now I can duplicate that. That still goes in the top, still 0 units. And this still goes on the bottom because it's still my horizontal change, my change in X. And the slope for this then, well, if I wanted to, I could put it in here as the slope is 0. I could type. Or you could just put in the number 0. Okay? So it's a 0 slope. That's it. So you can go ahead and continue on the final frames of this. At the end, you will be able to go into the Google form, and on the Google form you'll be able to check all of your slopes. So you would put in a slope like this. You'd put 0/2 for the slope. You could also put the slope is 0, which is preferred, or the slope is 0, the number. All right, go ahead and finish. Please stop and rewind this if you get stuck, and check your form at the end. Good luck.